Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop. I'm Letty from the all new Power Mornings, and I am so honored to welcome our guy Symba back into Power 106.
It's an honor to be back in this room.
Yes,
because
because you did the LA Leakers freestyle here.
Yeah.
Symba, so many people's eyes and ears were not that it was low key like. You felt sometimes the Leakers freestyle puts you on, right? And you're like, oh, okay, like I'm glad that I got to know this person. But when you did your freestyle, it felt like, why didn't I know him already for a lot of folks? So for your day ones, they're like, dude, we've been knowing out here.
For sure.
But it was really good to see that and that happened here. Were you excited when you came through with the Leakers?
Man, I was super excited. That was at a point in time. It's crazy because, like, being an artist moves so fast.
Yes.
Right? So if we look over the last 2 years, everything that pretty much happened for me was from that moment. So LeBron posted me, KD getting to know me, Dave Chappelle knowing about me, Dr. Dre rocking with me. It all happened from that freestyle. So when we first did it, bro was in here. You know, when we first did it, I just felt it. Like I came up the elevator.
Time.
Yeah, I was fresh off the tequila shots up the street,
go.
you know, and I came in here and it just felt different. It felt special. Me and Justin already kind of had a great relationship, so we came in, we just one-taked it. One taked it, man. I know a lot of people come up here and take 5 hours.
Hold on, run that back.
Yeah.
Hold on. George, start over. Edit this together. And nah, Symba, you did that, and it's a proud moment to be able to say, because a lot of times we have these conversations of who's the next, who's gonna carry this. Jen doesn't, and Symba, you out here like no, we right here. I'm right here, and I'll put that on my back.
Yeah,
you know, being not just. I think in this day and age, you can't just be a lyrical rapper and be good. You got to come with all the it factors. You have to have everything attached to you. And you have that, Symba. That's special.
I feel like today, man, it's kind of like the NBA, right? Like if you look at artists back in the day, it's like you could just be a rapper. Yeah. Just like in the NBA, you could you could be a big man or you could be a shooter. Now the big man, the shooter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get a point guard that's 6'9", like a Ben Simmons. He look like a center, but he coming down. You get a LeBron James. So you got to have these multifaceted kind of angles to you. And that's something we all like work on, not just being a lyrical rapper, but how do I become a better songwriter?
Yep.
You know, how do I become a better entertainer? How do I become a better performer? How do we get into TV and film? How do I make my interviews hotter? You know, how to have all these different things rather than just being good at rapping. I think that's important today.
You know what's crazy? And I look, I always bring it back to my brother Nip, and I really didn't even think I was gonna do that this interview, but I was talking to him and we're talking about, he's like, I want to be the best all around player. Like it's not just about hitting like the street raps or the lyrical or the swag or the girl records. I want to hit it all. You know, that's a goal that you're touching on. Like I don't just want to be known for having great freestyles, because a lot of people can do that. Well, not a lot. You're still one of your own, but the people that can do that is good. But what else can you do?
What else can you do? And it's like we in a time to where it's like streaming, right? It's about what? I read an article, it said something like 47,000 songs a day get uploaded to Spotify. So if you think about it, that's damn near like 1 million songs a month.
Damn.
Right? So what you gonna do what you gonna do to cut through to get your music heard? First off, the music gotta be good. Right? Secondly, what can you do to promote it? So a lot of us that rap good feel like we too skilled for TikTok. Are we too empowered to be on Instagram? When it's like, nah, bro, are we too cool to come up here and do radio interviews, right? But in a time of streaming, when it's so hard to discover new artists because all these things are in the way, how else is you gonna get heard?
You gotta figure out a way to cut through.
You gotta cut through.
Let's go.
So it's important, man. Shout out to Nip, because Nip gave me a bunch of information that changed my life as well. He gave me a book. I always talk about it, the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding.
He gave me that same book, bro.
Yeah,
he gave me that same book.
He gave me that book. I met him in Atlanta. I came back to L.A., went to a studio. He had a studio downtown at the time. Yeah. He had all these books on the wall. And after we had did a song, he was like, y'all should take a book. You know, y'all should get into reading. And my homie actually grabbed the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. He read it, and he gave it to me. And then I read it, and it just changed my whole outlook on life.
It's perfect because it even helps you. And one thing that I took, I remember they gave like examples, right, of like what you're feeding your audience. They gave like an example of In-N-Out. I'm from LA, so I love In-N-Out. Yeah. But they're like, there's a reason why In-N-Out sticks to the same menu. You're not gonna get if you give people too many options, they're not gonna know what to do with it. You gotta stay like direct with your consumer, and that's the type of stuff that you can only gain by either doing your due diligence. You don't just come up on that out of nowhere. Yep. So I love that you figured that part out,
knowing what people come to you for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we go to IHOP one day and they just stop serving pancakes and it's all hamburgers. Why we want to go to IHOP?
That part.
So I was just telling Dwight earlier, like, being on this tour has helped me learn who my fan is, what they look like, what type of clothes they wear, what they eat, how they feel. So now, as I'm going back into the studio, I'm knowing exactly who I'm catering my next batch of music to, because these are the people that reacted the most. These are the people who bought the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
I can't worry about the person with the brand new Bentley or the brand new Rolex. They ain't buying the ticket. They ain't come to the show. And then the ones that did, they stood at the bar and was there for themselves to try to get the female. They wasn't there to see me. So I'm worried about the people who was there to see me, and knowing what somebody come to you for is very important.
Oh, yeah, because you start crafting that way, too.
Yep.
You know, Results Take Time is a project.
Definitely.
And you talked about literally how it feels stagnant until it starts hitting hard. And even on that project, the young lady you had on there being like, man, I really I'm trying to go the straight and narrow, but sometimes these OnlyFans girls, these stripper girls, they make me really want to come up. But even the record that you go into is like, it almost feels like I'm not gonna get it, and nothing ever happens for me until it does. That's the important part.
Until it does. And it's crazy you say that, right? Because the thing she was explaining in that emotion that she had on the record was how the females at the shows felt.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I was like, I'm watching it connect, and I'm watching it. And shout out to the girls, you know, who's on their OnlyFans and do their thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we make it seem like today, like that's the only type of girl out here. That's the only girl who could get some attention, when it's hardworking, beautiful women out here that's doing the same thing. They probably just ain't got 1 million followers to be seen.
It's gonna be slowly, maybe not as quick, but it's gonna happen.
Facts.
And that's the important part. You know, even on Never Change with you and Roddy.
Yeah.
I love that record,
Thank you.
because it doesn't matter where you at, if you're up or you're down, that's going to be you. Your friends are going to be your friends. And I think that's important, too, because you're not just doing this for Symba alone.
Facts.
Symba has a pride behind him, a pack behind him.
Facts.
Tell me about working for the people that are there, especially your baby, your son.
For sure. You know, we got a big team. You know, I got a family, but most importantly, man, I come from a city that's been kind of like pigeonholed for the last 20 years, right? Being in the Bay Area, we kind of had that hyphy stain on us for so long to where people just see us one way or look at us one way. So I always wanted to like open the doors up and show people we could do more in the Bay than what y'all know us for. So if you pay attention to what's going on in the Bay, we got a lot of artists changing the narrative. My boy Lil Russell just had Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson in his backyard the other day at a show. You know, Rex Life Raj was on tour in Atlanta the same night I was in Atlanta. We both had sold out shows.
Let's go.
You know, so we moved. Larry June, I just talked to Larry yesterday. We working on some new music. But we coming from a different angle and a different perspective, and that's always been my thing. It's not just for me and my fan, but how do we do something that could benefit other young lyricists like me coming from the Bay Area that feel they got to make a specific type of song to get out.
Because they think, oh, you're from the Bay, give me that high fee, and you have it. I think it's unparalleled, for lack of a better term, the swag that people from the Bay have. That's unparalleled. But it's like, okay, you come for this, but look, there's more to us than this.
It's more to it, you know. And being on the West Coast, like, our music move faster just as a culture. You know what I mean? It's hot over here. You know, it's fast life thing. We kind of rooted in funk, heavy bass lines. So it's naturally what it's like. But when you travel around, like we was in Atlanta, and some of the records that work in Atlanta could never work over here because they so slow. But some of the records that work here can't work over there because it's too fast. So it's like a culture shock of just trying to walk a fine line of kind of knowing how to do both, but still keeping your message in there to where you're not losing who you are. So it's like I could have heard the Never Change beat and been like, I'm gonna get a Rolex, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But it's like, nah, what's something I stand on, right? And that's representing my people and never changing. So we do it the same way, just with a message behind it.
I love it because the beats can change, the tempos, the bass, all of that.
Yeah.
But what's the substance in it? What's the content? And you give the content with your record. Let me know about like even getting drama on it because drama being hot will never not be hot.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
the getting him on must feel like, oh shoot, that's reached a benchmark in a career that you got relatively early.
Definitely. But that's what I was saying earlier. Like sometimes being an artist moves so fast, you don't even realize what's really going on.
Right.
So it's like 3 years ago, if that would have happened, I'd probably be like fanatic and going crazy. Yeah. But spending 3 years around drama with COVID, it became my friend.
Yeah.
So the excitement of knowing DJ Drama is gone. Now this is like my business partner, or somebody I'm working with. You know what I mean?
Now let's create.
More than looking at it like a Gangsta Grills, we more so worried about how do we get the best song, which takes the thrill out of me knowing DJ Drama because we trying to get the best product together. So sometimes you got to step back. Like when we was in the studio that morning, I had to really step back. We was in New York and had to step back and be like, yo, I'm really doing a Gangsta Grills with DJ Drama. But I was so in the moment that week, I wasn't even realizing what was going on. But I took some time to just be like, you know what? Let's live in this moment. Let's argue about Jay-Z versus Nas. Yeah. Let's talk about Mike versus LeBron. Let's get this on camera. Let's have these moments so we could go back and look at these things over time and cherish those moments.
Oh, yeah. And while we're at it, let's add my name in there because you did add your name within the crop of like, y'all, they're arguing over so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah. They're talking this person and this person. But here's my name. I'll put my name in the game. Yeah. You know, that doesn't come without confidence.
For sure.
You have to have confidence to do something like that. And a lot of people, sometimes they have blind confidence. They don't really got the skill to back it. You knew when you started saying these things, like add me into the conversation.
Nah, definitely.
That there's a motivating and a confidence behind that. Talk to me about that.
Nah, I always just kind of been like a future forward type of person. Yeah. Like my mom would tell you, like when I want to say like 10, I gave this whole analogy to my classroom of why the Warriors was going to move to San Francisco. Right, people was like, they'll never leave Oakland, they'll never leave Oakland. But I was doing this whole thing based off my mom was in real estate. So I'm watching real estate agents come into Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Right? And I'm watching people gentrify Oakland and turn Oakland to pushing the culture towards Stockton and Modesto. So I'm like, okay, what's going to start happening to the team? So you see the Raiders leave and the Warriors leave. So I used to see this as a kid. So even when I was 13, 14 years old, I used to act like I was on 106 in Park. That's how I'm so good at interviews. I used to act like I was on these stages. I used to go to Drake shows and Future shows and see how they would move to certain songs and adopt those same principles. So the confidence come from the work.
Yeah.
The more you work towards it, you know, it's like same thing with hoop. When you shoot so many times, you know it's going in. When you know how to get to the basket, you know your move to get to your spot. It's the same thing.
And you watch different. Because, like, there was a lot of other people that went to those same Drake Future shows, those same ball games, and they're looking at it as spectators. You're looking at it like, oh, okay, grabbing that. Okay, taking that. Not going to do that. Like, that's important.
And you got to know what's for you. Because you could take something from somebody and you could start coming off like them.
Yeah.
You got to know what attributes to kind of take to best fit you and apply that.
So did you grow up a Warriors fan?
I grew up a Lakers fan.
I grew up a Lakers fan. Look, you just moved to Los Angeles.
No,
Let us have you.
I tell people all the time, I'm a Golden State Laker.
Let's go. I'm okay with that.
I'm a Golden State Laker. I'm going to tell you why, right? Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player ever.
You're my favorite rapper.
Ever. Like over Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe was my guy as a kid. So I naturally was a Laker fan. Just going through them years when they three-peat and Shaq leave and then he gets Gasol and he does two more. And then we possibly was finna get Chris Paul and Dwight Howard and go for the six. And then the NBA shut that down. So I was a Laker fan, but being in the Bay, the We Believe team was special in 08. When you got Baron Davis and Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and everybody. It was a moment for the Bay Area, which made me a Warriors fan.
The energy around you, you couldn't help but tap in. Yeah.
I couldn't help it. Monte Ellis going to the club every night buying drinks and turning the city up. Al Harrington out there. So it was like I like both teams. Right. Then we got Steph, then we got Clay, then we got Draymond. It was like, you know
y'all
what?
Champions.
I'm a warrior. Yeah. I'm a warrior.
So what do you do now? That the Warriors are so good, but then you got people like LeBron on the Lakers being like, "This is my guy right here."
You know what's crazy? I was supposed to go to the game last night.
You were,
and I didn't because I didn't know who to root for.
You have a half jersey.
So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do opening night because I'm gonna be there opening night. So I don't know how this gonna pan out, man. But
because people that know you forever are gonna be watching too. Like, hey, you've always been a Lakers fan. What you doing with that Warriors?
Yeah, I might have to ride with the Bay on this one. You know, when we at home, and then I'm going to go put on my Lakers uniform when they come to Staples or Crypto.
You smart. You smart.
I got to play both sides with this one.
Having a basketball background, do you see someone like let's say like a Cole, for example, or the rappers that are able to go to one spot and then come back? Are you looking at that like maybe potentially could that be something you look forward to too?
I don't think I'm going to take it as far as Cole did, just because I don't physically have the passion to get up and try to become a hooper at this point in my life. Right. But sports is a field that I will be transitioning to outside of music. Wow. So me and my team been talking about a few things as far as introducing younger talent to bigger platforms, and possibly one day having our own sports agency.
I was gonna say that
it's definitely something I want to get into, but it's time, and I gotta solidify myself in this first. And then move on to the next thing. Like Nip said in that 22 Immutable Laws, you can't line extend too much. You know, you gotta know what they come
right
to
here,
you for.
build that foundation.
Yeah, once you build the foundation, then you could go on and expand on that.
That's important, and I love that you're seeing that really early.
Yeah.
And of course, there's no such thing as overnight success. You've been working at it before the leakers in freestyle that put a lot of people, but before anything, you had that aspiration. But to see that you have vision, not just the ambition of like I want to be a rapper, but after I become a rapper, this is what I want to do, because it helps you guide your steps. You know, and that's really important. You know, this project is super important for this year. Because a lot of people's opening up year.
For sure.
The game was shut down for
2
COVID.
years straight.
So now it's like you
tough.
got to listen to this on your own journey, and that's what I appreciate about the project that you're putting out.
And that's what we crafted it for. Like, I didn't go in there trying to make like a club record or a radio record or just something that I think people would like. It was more so like, how can I say something people feel, but in a cool way, right? Like, I just can't go in here and rap all day. So I got to make rap records, not just rap on beat. So it was important that we like pick certain beats and like certain tempos and certain things for when people is getting off work or people cleaning up the house or they in the gym. These tempos could be the soundtrack to their day. And that's
it's mission statement music. To be honest, it's like I'm
that.
gonna play this.
Mission
I'm going
statement
my day.
Music. I like that.
And bro, again, the confidence is top tier. To get on a track with Pusha T or to have Pusha on your project, that's already like. Okay, a lot of people look at him and they're intimidated. Or maybe I would like a feature maybe one day, but you're like, no, let's go right now.
Right now. but that took time. That took time. Same thing I was saying about drum. I knew Pusha for about 3 years. When I first started talking to Atlantic and getting my deal, I was running around with my homie Dre the Mayor. And him and Pusha is very close, very cool. And he had a show out here in Los Angeles, and Drake took me to the show. He was like, yeah, man, I've been seeing you on the internet rapping. He was like, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
I sent him a few songs, and at first I just thought he was never going to make a song because I kept sending songs, and I couldn't get the verse. But really what it was is I had to keep getting better. And the music I was sending him, when I listened to it today, I was like, I see why he ain't get it.
He won't get it. He made me wait for a reason.
I had to get better. When I had Never End Up Broke, I had put the verses together, and I'm like, this feel like the one for Push. So we sent it over. He was on tour. He ended up knocking it out in like a week, sending it right back, man. And I was ecstatic when I got it back.
Man, I'm excited to see you just like flourish in this game, Symba. Like I said, there's nothing better for us than to be able to champion someone that has it all. Like you're all the angles, all the checkpoints you're hitting, and you have that, again, that vision and that good head on your shoulders. So it's only up from here. Yes, results take time, but the time is now, bro. And we appreciate you here at Power 106.
I appreciate y'all, man. You know, I've been living in LA for the last 8 years. And Power is a staple here. You know, y'all have been a platform for so many artists, not just myself, the homies like Jason Cash, but my boy Ray Vaughn, Reason, Westside Boogie. Yep. It's been a platform for us. It's usually hard for us to get in these radio stations and have these conversations as lyrical artists. So it's dope that y'all provide us with the platform. And I just appreciate y'all, man, and the whole Power 106 team.
Say less, Symba. Sure. Man, make sure you stream it right now if you haven't already. Results take time. Never change a Roddy Ricch, my record, all right? Come on. I'm going to tell you, though, I edited it.
No, we got a new one coming.
Okay. No, because I say, I'm going to be a rich one. No, so I could be a rich one. I could be a broke one.
So the one I've been saying on tour is I could be rich with you. Or I could be broke with you. Still gonna be the same. I could have rich friends, I could have broke friends. Still gonna be the same. I'm gonna keep it real with you, real with you.
Okay, good. That makes.
We got the clean version coming. Like, yeah. No, I like that one.
Real one. That's my caption. Everything. Let's go. Okay. Look, thank you so much for stopping by, Symba. Again, this is your home, bro.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Appreciate y'all.
Keep it easy. Y'all new Power Mornings on Power 106.
Yep.